I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps it is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when...
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really?
Of course. It's the greatest in that respect, at least. I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to...
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might would.
If that's so, Would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to...
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city? He didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must...
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay...
Not good enough for...
Are you Forgive me. I will continue to fight...
You don't look so good.
The floor. It keeps...
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still... As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danons like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danons were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from...
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside, you may be able to free the Danon people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in...
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danons had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danons do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all—
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? it doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, but I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels.
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria. Was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder? I feel like such a screw.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rin?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both...
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death. And Nias, its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah. I think that would be good, too. A world where everyone can get a...
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans, too, but I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things, too. They didn't come from just the Renan. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it, so... I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before... Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Hi, Hoodle!
You're mine!
Let's give it a whirl!
Here it comes!
I'm ready! Wing
Punch that gun out of your hand! I'll tear you apart!
Lightning orb! Into the shadows!
Strike!
Mend the ray!
What's this?
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummel to me! I'm on it! Anything in armor is all mine!
Everyone hanging in there?
Gotta break through! I see one! This one's
Where
all
you
mine!
go?
Armor won't save you! We're not finished!
Take down their defenses!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Here's a healing arc!
Try this! I'll finish you here and now!
Our work is done.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
An opponent like this should be easy.
For my lord! I'm on it!
Not on my watch!
Get away!
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Try this!
It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
Try this!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
First aid!
Eat this! Ready and ready! I'll smash you! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Nicely done.
Go no further! Here I go! I'm only getting started!
You're mine! It's over!
Now!
Try this!
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone! Here are these ones can run rings around us!
Strike! Here I go now! Swallow Blade! Try this! Dragon!
Here's a hero!
I'm on!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Right, here goes! Now you'll learn!
Everyone hanging in there?
Ignite!
I'm only getting started.
Take
Not
it!
on my watch.
A showdown between blade and fist.
Stop them!
I'll tear you apart!
Slice!
This one. Here's evil.
No escape!
Freeze laser.
Eat this! Strike!
Here's the
Torrent! Swallow
First
blade!
aid. Photon.
It's so hard to keep
Eat this.
back!
Thunder blade.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Choice. You got spirit. I'm on it. Try this. Infernal Torrent. You're finished.
Do it. Here's the evil.
I won't show you any mercy.
Freeze laser. This one's mine.
Damn it, finish. Swallow blade. Infernal Torrent. Swallow blade. Swallow blade. Burn. I owe you one. No escape. Talon Hurricane. Infernal Torrent. It's over.
Healing our dreams.
Now you see what I can do. Watch this!
Swallow blade.
Photon.
Try
Lightning
this.
condemned.
Infernal
Thunder
Torrent.
blade.
Here I come. Try this.
Tear you apart!
Here I come. Swallow blade.
Here's a healing art. Thunder blade. Dance to the wind.
You see what happened there as you crossed me?
Swallow
Should've
blade.
done that.
Try this. Infernal Torrent. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Try
this. Infernal Torrent.
I never miss. Thunder blade.
Infernal Torrent.
Here's a healing art.
I owe you one.
Dance in the wind. Over here. Here's a healing art.
Chill.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Nicely done.
And thus our strength yet grows.
This'll make us even more formidable.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in their experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments.
Hi, Noodle! Let me help.
Try this!
I'm the true gunslinger around here. Shion, astral energy, full throttle!
Do it, blind freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Lightning condemned!
Eagle die!
By the power of water!
Take this! You're done! I'm just getting warm! You're mine! I'm on!
Raging cascade!
Take this! I'm on it! Slide!
Feel!
Eagle die! Swallow blade! Strike! It's over! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Could have been worse.
Dispose of the trash.
Not today! First strike! Here I come! Swallow blade! Try this! Take this! It's over! Here I come!
Here's a healing
Anti-airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Air thrust!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion. Didn't we find a recipe?
Yeah, we can use this for it.
Little help!
You're mine! Bring them down! Fire support!
This one's mine!
No shield can stand up to these things! My turn! You're mine! This one's all mine!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this! Too fast!
Stand tight. I'll trip it up.
Here I come! Its armor's too strong! Be my guest! Try this! Infernal turret!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this. Little help! Healing arc!
I see one, eh?
Wind accelerator! Lightning storm! I guess I'm gonna fight the beat instead. You think that shield will save you?
choice. I see one, eh?
Not in your dreams!
I'm going in. Fire support! Its armor's too strong. Then I'll try it open. Be my guest.
First aid!
I owe you one.
Seems about right to me.
Like this should be easy. Swallow blade! Try this!
Glacial spear.
Ready and ready!
Swallow blade! Supernova! No mercy!
Do it! Talon Hurricane! I owe you one.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Let's refrain from losing.
I won't forgive you!
Slash! I'm on it!
They really don't give up, do they?
You're mine! You're finished! Crumble!
Not in your dreams!
Armor won't save you!
Air thrust!
Looks like we won.
Little help! Healing art!
I owe you one. Whirlwind! Damn it! It's over!
Annihilation!
Try this! Take this! Eat this! Try this! Take this! Swallow blade! Try this! In an instant! Impact block!
Everyone hanging in there?
Forgive you!
Engaging! Burn in hell!
I never miss!
Here, let me help!
Take this!
First aid!
Swallow blade! Here I come!
Now!
Turtle turret! I'm on it! You're mine! Swallow blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Hi, Hoodle! I'm do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Little help! Healing art!
I owe you one! Glimmer Dragon!
Hear me! Flame!
It can hide itself? Damn it! Amazing!
Now, Lancer! I'll be safe! Here's the healing art! Dream!
It's over! I'll smash you! Slut!
First aid!
Infernal Torrent!
I'm on a roll, man!
Take this! Swallow Blade! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Here I come! Dragon! Try harder! There! It's on! There!
Glacial Spear! Let them watch the
Try this!
Just what the time
Infernal Torrent! You're
There you go!
Any more of this and I'll burn out! You're mine!
It's over! I never miss!
Infernal Torrent! You're finished!
My enemy
wields arc too!
We'll see about that! More
You're mine! Burn in hell! Eagle Fly! Take this! Try this! Infernal Torrent! I can carve through armor! Here I come! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Gotta break through!
Here goes! First aid! Lightning
Infernal Torrent!
Thunder Blade!
Here I come!
Here, let me help. Not dreams!
I owe you one. I'm on it!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! Totally to me!
You're finished!
Eagle Dive!
Try this!
I'll tear you apart!
Infernal Torrent!
I'm on that! Dance to the wind!
Strike!
Air thrust!
It's on!
Lightning energy!
Infernal Torrent! Eat dirt!
Here's a healing arm! I can't heal you forever!
I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more healing for now.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria. What's this thing?
If it's in the sky, fire support!
How much longer will our healing arts last? And thus our strength yet grows.
Get out of there! My turn! I'm not done! On your knees! Blade! Out of the way!
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! Here we go again!
Here, let me help you! Raging Cascade! It's weakened! In here!
This ends now! You're finished!
Here, let me help!
Take this! Blow away! You're finished! On your knees!
Lost my foot!
Swallow blade!
Hands in the wind!
Swallow
Air
blade!
thrust!
Here I come!
Hands in the
Swallow
wind!
blade! Try this!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
We can really make weapons with this?
That equipment should come in handy.
Get lost!
Take this! I see one, eh? Dragon Sword! It's over!
Here, let me help. I can't heal you forever!
Burn in hell!
Eat this! Glacier Steel!
My turn!
Now you see what I can do!
Here! My shield! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Don't get complacent.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're mine! It's over!
Careful!
There!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Go again!
It's over! Try Monster!
Hurricane!
Try this! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! I'll run you through! Swirl Blade! Storm! Slash! Swirl Blade! Take this!
Hurricane!
Glimmer Blade! This should do it!
Ready and ready!
I owe you one!
I'm just getting
Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done! Swirl Blade!
Here,
Try
let me
this!
in here!
Infernal Torrent!
Smash you!
Take this! Infernal Torrent! I'm not done!
Here's a
Swirl Blade!
Watch this!
Infernal Torrent!
That could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
I owe you one! I'm not done! Infernal Torrent! You picked the wrong fight!
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Take this! Swallow Blade! Try it! Infernal Torrent! You're finished! Slash!
Here we go again.
Can't move!
Here we go again.
Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
This should do it!
Here's a healing art!
You're
I
mine!
never miss! Lightning
Try
orb!
this!
Now!
Infernal Torrent!
Astral energy!
Say no more. They've really got us on the ropes.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's... Hello, sweetie. Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?